Hey, everybody, it's your lovely Lotus Blossom Lizzie. And today we are going to be working on some note cards here. And before I get started, I always like to suggest that if these are the type of videos that you like to watch, please make sure that you hit the subscribe button and also hit the notification button so that you'll be notified when more videos like this one come out. So this ephemera job here is only going to probably not take too long. We're only using a few items today. And what I'm doing for those of you that are new to the channel and you're just coming on is I am attempting to complete 20 pieces of ephemera per day. So I'm kind of doing this in assembly line fashion and trying not to have too many pieces of material out where I have to kind of pick and choose. So I'm trying to make it as quick as possible. So today we're going to be actually doing cards like this, but I'm not going to do the decorations today. I'm only making the cards because that will make it a bit quicker. So if you are coming on a replay, this is being recorded via a live chat, so you may hear me chatting with some people as well. And I'm also going to be using some aged paper that I made, and it's very beautiful, and every piece is very unique. And I have that over in the shop if you're interested. A link is below in the description, and this is what it looks like when it ships out. Isn't that like, it's so beautiful. So I'm going to put that aside because I actually took a few sheets out because we actually won't need that much for this particular job. So the first thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to kind of jump right in because y'all know how I roll. We want to get this show on the road. I'm going to kind of pick out some pages that have, I'm going to pick out a page that has like a lot of good, beautiful marks on it. And I'm just going to use one for now. And I'll turn that over on the back. And then I'm going to use some index cards because I want to have writing on one side. And this is not a tutorial. I'm just kind of hanging out with you all, but I'm going to tell you what I'm doing just in case you want to follow along. So these index cards, I have a link below for the index cards also, but I did get these from Walmart. And they are pretty thin, but for this job, probably thin is good because I am going to be doing some sewing on this. So I am going to try to maximize the sheet of paper because, you know, these little sheets of paper are precious. They take a long time to make. And so I want to make sure that I'm going to maximize the sheets. So I'm just kind of placing things where I would like for them to go. And then I'm going to be using my purple glue. My purple glue here. And just to give them a little bit of stick. I'm not giving the edges any love because I am going to I'm going to be sewing around the edges. So the edges don't get love. I don't want the sewing machine to get too gooky. So let's put this one down here. And I think I'm actually going to have a little bit extra left. Extra paper to use for something else, just a little bit, but you know how we roll. Every little bit counts. So I'm just putting down the clear side or the white side of this and leaving the lines up because I want that to be a journaling opportunity. I like to have as many journaling opportunities as I can within the books. So let's do another sheet because we want 20 of these. So I'm going to need 4 sheets of these. All right, we'll do this one next. And let's get out our cards here. Just kind of put them in place in our assembly line fashion. And how are you all doing today? I hope you're doing good on your Friday, TGI Friday. Yippee! time to start rolling up for the weekend. It's like time to, you know, rest and relax. I'd love to know what you all are going to be doing this weekend. I don't know what I'm going to be doing this weekend. I don't have custody of the little one this weekend, so but I'm not exactly free either. There's always something to be done. Hey Judy, how are you doing today? Glad to see you. We're doing some very, 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 very easy note cards today, so seems like my projects are getting easier and easier, right? But you know, there's always a way to zhuzh things up, make them look really nice. So I think the coffee dye paper is one of them, because you know, really, that's a step that you don't have to do either, but I like doing it that way anyway. All right, so I'm gonna find another sheet that I would like to use. Actually, all the sheets really have like some really beautiful designs on it. So let's use these two, and then that'll be the only two that we need, because you can get a whole bunch of these out of one sheet of paper, which makes it really, really nice. And that one and that one. And no love for the edge, because we're going to be sewing them. Oh, you're ready. There's only two things that you need. You can actually use some, I hadn't thought about it, but you can use some craft paper opportunity on the front and the back, but you know, that gives me an idea. That might be something I would do in the future. As my inclination is to stop what I'm doing now and pull out some paper, but I'm trying to keep it simple, because the land of ideas, y'all. The land of ideas, and my mind is crazy. Hey, Miss Walker. I haven't seen you in the last couple of live streams. How you doing? I'm glad you're here. All right, so we're going to do one more. Okay. We got this, this, and this. And the good thing about these index cards is they come in like packs of gazillions, so, and they're relatively inexpensive as well. So Judy says that she has some tissue wrap for 4 of them, printed paper for more. That's a good idea too, tissue paper. See, the land of ideas in Judy's mind too. I'm already ahead of you. That's right, girl. We're like rushing but taking our time, right? Want to take our time with our papers. Oh, you're working on 2 journals. That's awesome. I'll like put my journals aside. I've been having so much fun doing the ephemera that I haven't even been doing the journals, and I need to get to work on them, because if I plan on doing a craft fair, I'm gonna need some journals under my belt if I can keep them from selling, because of course I'm not gonna hold them back from the Etsy shop. So if they sell, they sell. So I have one ready to go. I just gotta take some photos and post it up. Okay, so we got 4 of these sheets. Now the next thing is we're gonna do some kind of fussy cutting, but not fussy cutting. All right, I should have my glasses on for this, because I won't be able to see a thing I'm doing. Let me put my other 2 eyes on, and then so you can see that the paper is not like super adhering to this, but I just put that on, just a little spot of glue on, just to kind of keep the paper from shifting too much. So I'm just gonna cut around the edges here. was probably the most time-consuming part of this. But of course, you know me also, it doesn't have to be perfect. And actually, I'm going to do something else before I cut the other pieces apart. See, this is a little bit on the fly. Like I tested a little bit, but it's a little bit on the fly. So sometimes I forget the order in which I do things. Why don't I sew them before I cut them? Because I'm going to be sewing like off the edge. I did try a few different stitches on here, but the one that I really like and I always come back to, this is one that I was kind of decorating. We're going to come back and do decorating on another day, but it's actually like over the edge. So I want to have as much of that extra paper off as possible for that. And I did this in a straight stitch, but sometimes I don't have that much luck. The straight stitch worked okay. I like that one. This one was a different kind of a zigzag stitch, and I like that one too, so I'll probably be using that, and that's over the edge. This was another zigzag stitch that my machine could do, but I had some trouble. You can see it was it got a little knotted on there, and I want the back to look as good as the front does. And this one looked good too. So all of these were different stitches, but they're still zigzaggy stitches. So that's how come I'm going to do it that way. All right, so I'm going to just take I got my vintage photo out here, but I'm not going to dip it in there because I just want to just kind of put the residue on here because I don't want to knock the pages back too much. I just want to add just a little bit. You can see the difference between them, between the pages. Just a little bit to give it a little bit of an old look. So, and I'm going to do that before I cut them. See, this one doesn't have that much, so we're going to need just a little bit. I had to dip it because it was kind of getting dried out. So just a hair of vintage photo. Hey, beautiful. Greetings right back at you. Thank you for joining us. We're doing some cards today. See, this one already came up. Did I even glue these down? I didn't. I didn't glue this one down. Did I? I must have glued some of them. What is she doing, y'all? What is she doing? Probably because I was trying to do my blending on here before. Oh, maybe I didn't put these down. I thought I did. I only put a light layer on here, so. Yep, that one came up. So maybe in the future, we shall glue these down after we use our blending tool. And y'all know me, I'm making this a mindless project because I'm not really thinking too much into how I'm putting this vintage photo on here. And I'm also not doing the edges either, as you can see, because it's going to be sewn and I can actually do the edges if I please afterwards. But definitely, if I did this again, I probably would do this part before I do the gluing, because the glue is so light it makes it come up. Alright, so let's go ahead and cut these. Cut these off here. I just wanted to grunge the paper up just a little bit. Hey Rachel, Miss Scrap Craftastic. How's it hanging today? We're doing another quick project like we did yesterday. Even though I was on for a while, it was definitely quick if you're not doing like 20. But 20 is a good number, I found, to just get a lot done so I can have tons of ephemera. for this. And so tomorrow, I don't know if I'm going to come on tomorrow or not, but I am going to attempt to come on. So make sure if you're not subscribed and have the notification button, hit that you do, and check back at 6 o'clock tomorrow. And I'm going to actually go through just a brief recap of everything that we did this week, because it's fun to go back and look and count at the items. And if I did some stuff off Cam, I'll show you all. I don't think I did too much off camera this week. I think I did mostly everything on camera. And I might have did some testing for some future ephemera also. I don't even remember, because I've been doing so much ephemera. I've been doing so much that I can't even remember what I've done. I have to go back and look at everything. I have a cart, one of those IKEA RAS carts, and I have dedicated it just to my ephemera. And I'm starting an ephemera book for the small pieces as well, because I used to have ephemera all over the place. It's so unorganized. So I'm trying to get it organized so I can at least see what I have. That's the important piece. So this is a pretty fast process too. That's like one page right there. Cut down and ready to sew. Quick and easy. Okay. Let's grunge these up so we can cut them down. Grungy, grungy. Try to hold the paper so it doesn't come off, because the glue is not totally dry, of course, but it's dry enough. Make this look a little bit more intentional. So again, I'm not trying to make this too dark, just trying to dirty the pages up some. Two more here. I'm trying to do this gently, but sometimes gently doesn't work for me. Sometimes you gotta get in there, you gotta dig in. Get it going. Alright, that's enough of those. Let's cut these down. Make a quick job of it, cutting it down. So what projects are you all working on today? I know we got some people working on some junk journals, and I think Judy is working on some note cards as well, and she's doing hers a little bit different. And that's the good thing about the junk journaling community too, because people share their ideas, and then like somebody else will try that idea, they'll emulate it, but they're not copying it because it definitely comes out different. So that's what I like. So I don't mind that you all are doing this project with me and making it your own. And Judy's giving me lots of ideas that I could do in the future. Let me close my glue up so it won't get dried out. I guess you can do a lot of stuff with the cardstock, especially you can use those scraps up. Alright, that's that one. You probably have some index cards sitting around the house already anyway. Everybody has some index cards for one reason or another. Judy is lazy. Oh, that's what it is? You know what? That is not lazy. That's working smarter. That is doing your projects in a very smart way. That's what I think. That's your story, Judy, and we're going to stick to that. You're not being lazy at all. And I like your ideas, and I'm definitely going to use them in the future. You bet your bottom dollar, Miss Judy. I think that's excellent. Excelente. This project definitely didn't hardly use any resources. So even if I was using scrap paper, I wouldn't be putting a dent. I wouldn't put a dent in anything. All right, so let's get that out the way. We just have a few more cards actually. The longest part is going to be the sewing part. I already know, but I like that part, so it's okay with me. I love the sewing part. I thought about coffee dyeing note cards as well, but I didn't have any that was already done, so that's something that you could do. For sure, it would be easier than what I'm doing now, which is dusting it with my vintage photo. But this is like, now this is the down and dirty fast way to get it done. But definitely some coffee dyed cards already. That would be cool too. And I may coffee dye some cards when I do some more paper and stuff. But right now I have like plenty of paper done up already and packaged and ready to go. So I probably won't be coffee dyeing anytime soon, because you know it's better to do those things like in batches. Ooh, you working on a Valentine's Day one? You're working on a romance one. A romance journal. Because Valentine's Day is a long way off, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't be working on the themed journals. Because I'm just thinking I should start. I would like to do this year. I haven't done it before. I would like to do some Halloween themed journals. That would be fun. Dressing up a journal for Halloween just like you would dress up in a costume. That would be really, really cool. Alright, so that is all our cards are all grunged up. Now we just gotta cut these down. We really don't need a paper cutter for this job for sure. But the big scissors are good. Let me put this. Let me stick this underneath here. So for anybody that's just coming on, I always like to repeat sometimes, because people come in like in the middle of the live stream. But for those that are just coming on, we are doing our project 20, which is making 20 pieces of ephemera for the day. So every day we're doing 20 pieces of ephemera, so we can have like a lot of ephemera. And I counted it up, and if you did 20 pieces of ephemera every day for 365 days a year, you would have over 7,000 pieces of ephemera. I think it was 7,000. I can't really remember, but it was up there. It was up there. It was a lot of ephemera, which is pretty darn cool. And so I'm making this with some of my aged coffee dyed paper that I have up in the shop as well. So if you don't have the time to make your own paper, you can always get some there. And I'll be happy to send it right out to you, because I ship out immediately. I'm a very quick shipper, because people want their stuff. And I get it, because I like to have my stuff too. Oh, I get it. I was reading the chat, y'all. So I can't talk and read at the same time. I wonder who can talk and read at the same time and like really understand what they're reading. I bet you there's somebody out there that could do it. I am not one of those people. I have a public school education and it doesn't allow me to do that. I don't have that skill. I do not have that skill. I'm kind of enjoying cutting the paper too. Crafting does that to me. I don't know. We're going to go to the movies this weekend, but I don't know what movie we're going to go see. And I don't think I'm going to the farmer's market this weekend, so it's going to be interesting to see how my weekend turns out, if anything interesting happens, because, you know, on most weekends, my weekends are pretty dull and boring. Let me see. Cut too much. We're good to go. All right. Cut a little bit of the white that time, but that's okay. I guess you could even like leave some of your paper overhanging if you wanted to. But I am choosing to cut it flush with the edge of the index cards. Flush, flush, flush. And then I decided not to do like any major decorating on the cards today because it's Friday and I know y'all want to get back to your family and get to do some stuff since you're winding up for the weekend. All right, so let's take this off. Okay, so now we have like our cards with our coffee dyed pieces on the back. Ooh, look at that. That's interesting. And so now we're going to get to the sewing piece. So, let's get the sewing machine out. Let me see if I got unplugged. I was using my heat gun earlier. And I got it unplugged. Get everything set up here. Okay. And let's get you all down here so you can see. And move my little doohickey over here so see get some light going. Give it a little bit more light. Okay. All right. I think we're ready to go now. Oh, you're using stamps to make some ephemera. I love the look of stamps. Stamps are awesome. All right, so I'm going to use a zigzag stitch. And I'm just going over the edge. So it kind of has like, I think that's called a blind stitch. So we're probably going to use a lot of thread, so I'll probably have to wind my bobbin again, but I shouldn't run out of thread today. But I have some more thread if I need to. I found the most inexpensive place to buy thread is at Walmart, actually. I bought some at Joann's. It was on sale, like you buy 3 and get 2 free or something like that, and it still wasn't as inexpensive as Walmart. So, and I go through a lot of thread, as you can see, because I love sewing so much. All right. Get my little scissors out. Are they stuck? Oh no. Already? We're already having some technical difficulties. Yep. Something going on down there with Mr. Bobbin. I really need to clean some of this fuzzy stuff out. Got stuck some kind of way. How you getting stuck, Mr. Bobbin? Stop getting stuck when we're in the middle of stuff. We don't have time for that. Sometimes you have to talk to your inanimate objects so they act right. They won't feel ignored. All right. We're back in business again. Got my cover on. I agree with you, Miss Walker. Yeah, you know, you can't beat Walmart. You know, a lot of people hate Walmart, but sometimes you just can't beat the prices at Walmart. Because they sell so much stuff, they're able to keep their prices pretty low. You never hear anybody say that they paid too much money for something at Walmart, for sure. For sure. And this is not a Walmart commercial. And I am not sponsored by Walmart. I'm just saying. Some things are just better to get there. As much as I love Joann's fabrics and Michael's, sometimes if you can get them someplace else, that's just fantastic. Because I know Michael's prices. I know they're bringing their prices up. I can tell. I was looking at their prices the last time I was there. I was like, man, I think they raised their prices on that item. And it is stuck again. Why does it keep getting stuck right at the end? I mean, everything's going good, and then it gets stuck. You're driving me crazy. I don't want to do this every time. I kind of think I know why it's doing that, but I'm not sure. I guess I'm going to have to invest in a better machine eventually. But I keep saying for now this will do. But if I have to like keep stopping like I'm doing, and it keeps driving me crazy, it might be worth my time and my mental fortitude to invest in another machine. All right, back in business again, I hope. And then again, maybe it's the thread in here that I got from Walmart. We all know where that might have been made at. So that might be why it's acting the way that it's acting. You know what? I'm going to try something in a minute to make this process even faster and see how it goes. Doesn't hurt anything to try new things. New way of doing things. Uh-oh, I already know. This is going to be a little wacky. It's going to be a little wacky. Uh-oh. Look at that. Technical difficulties. I haven't got through one without having a technical difficulty yet. Isn't that something? It's one of those days again. Oh, you bought a simple sewing machine for $50? Sometimes that's all you need. Because like for what we're doing here, I don't need like a sewing machine that is going to like break the bank. What kind of sewing machine is it? What brand is it, if you don't mind me asking? All right, let's see if we can get this on the first try. I think I know how this happened this time. So I was messing with it. I was trying to fix it. Gotta concentrate, y'all. We're concentrating. All right, there we go. Back in business again. We're gonna try to be back in business again. All right, so not you, you. Let's see where we left off here. I was sewing crooked anyway. Okay, I'm just gonna leave that right there. I'm gonna continue on to this next one. Let me see how that looks on the back. Okay, looks good, I think. Yeah, we're in business. I'm gonna go on to the next one. Oh, it's a no-name brand. Oh. I guess all you have to do is put in sewing machine and the no-name brands will pop up, I'm sure. Okay. I'm gonna do like 5 like this. See, I'm in assembly line fashion now. This is Liz's sweatshop. It's her sweatshop, but not a sweatshop. Because nobody wants to work in a sweatshop. But a craft room sweatshop is much different. It's a lot more fun. And then this one. I'm just trying to keep from having to keep cutting the thread, so I thought this was kind of a good idea. Because that always slows me down. Trying to cut the strings. Have to check and make sure I'm still on the cam. Because sometimes I forget to move the camera where it needs to go. I know how I roll. Oh, I went to a thrift store today. I haven't been to a thrift store in a while. I went to a thrift store today. I was actually looking for like some pretty sheets, but they didn't have any. And they still had those stamping. They had some of those Stampin' Up like roller stamps, but I didn't get them because I just thought the price was really high. They wanted, I think it had like 10, and probably the price wasn't high, but they had 10 of those rollers for like $12. And to me, in a thrift store, that's a high price. So I was like, I was being cheap. I didn't want to get it. But I probably should have. So I just bought like a big old bag of paper clips for $1.50 because I want to start making some paper clips. So you all will start seeing me making some paper clips pretty soon. Because I haven't really done that. Just like the tags, I haven't really done the paper clips. So I'm gonna try to keep it as simple as I can, which is sometimes difficult for me. Sometimes difficult to keep it simple, as Tamika would say. Uh-oh. Of course, on the last one, we're having technical difficulties again. I don't know why. This time, I kind of got stuck on that last card. I was trying to mess my card up. I was trying to mess my flow. I was trying to mess my flow up. We were going so good. Oh, I see exactly what happened. See, I always know what happened when it happens. Got kind of raveled up the wrong way. Okay, you get in here. I gotta concentrate again. This is making me concentrate too much today. Doing all this threading and whatnot. All right, now let's see if we're back in business again. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and go around this one since it's loose from the rest of the team. And I only have like 3 sides to go around on the other ones, which makes this a really quick project. Quick and easy. Also, I think the zigzag stitch, it kind of gives the project kind of a little bit of a country flair, which, you know, it's not really what I'm going for, but I still like it. Country and nice. Country and finished. Let's put it like that. All right. That one's finished. Now, let me just grab this whole line here. So I got a whole line of these guys. I just did one side. So I'm going to cut them loose as soon as I find the edge. That kind of made that go fast. And I think it also wastes less thread as well. So it's a Cosway sewing machine, household multifunction, double thread, and speed arm crafting machine. Is currently listed at $46. Ooh, I'm gonna have to check that out. Thank you for the info. I appreciate that. That helps when you don't have to look for stuff. For sure. Right now I'm using a Brothers LX3125, but I said it before, I don't think they sell it anymore, but I did put a link to it down below just in case. And it is not an affiliate link, but you never know, somebody might like this sewing machine, so I went ahead and I put it up. See, we did a lot of edges here. Then we're just gonna go through these 4 more times. Okay. Okay, that one is finished. All right, back in business again. We're back in business again. All right. Okay. Start this way. She's concentrating. Hopefully we're back in business for the duration. Sometimes I can use my sewing machine for hours and without a hiccup. And sometimes it's just like today. A little cray-cray. It has an attitude sometimes. Next, yeah, definitely I think it's faster this way, and I'm saving on some thread and cutting time. Yeah, I think the stamps are too high, especially like for a thrift store. The thrift stores are these days are getting higher and higher because they all want to, you know, use online pricing, but I think they kind of missed the mark a little bit because the thrift stores are, I think they were originally made to kind of help people out by providing like used goods, giving used goods, gently used goods a new home and stuff. So now the prices are getting a little high. They're competing with the online world. But business is business. I ain't mad at them. A business gotta do what a business gotta do. Faux show. Tuesday morning is always a great place to check. I was going to go there today, and then I kind of ran out of time a little bit. And the location where it is from my house to traffic at a certain time starts getting bad. So I was like, well, if I can't go at a certain time, I'm not going to go because I don't feel like dealing with that traffic. But I do like dealing with Tuesday morning. That is like just the best place to go if you have one in your area. If you don't, I'm so sorry you don't, because man, I love Tuesday mornings. I never go in there and walk out with it, nothing. Well, I did one time because they were doing inventory and they had like the aisle where the crafting stuff was, stuff that I like. They had it closed off, so I had to leave the store with nothing. I was so sad. I felt shunned. Like, why? Why don't I have my crafting stuff? I don't know. I told y'all this was probably going to be the longest part. But of course, if you don't have a sewing machine, you don't need to sew these. You can like make sure you give the edges some love, and like Judy was saying, use some craft paper, and there's glue to the back end, and you have plenty of journaling opportunities and places to decorate. Got a few more for this line, and then we'll cut them apart and start again. I love the sound of the sewing machine. I think if I had to work with a sewing machine every day, all day long, and half the night, I probably wouldn't love it as much. And I'll just go ahead and go around this side here. And then let's cut these off. Alright, bring this around and cut these apart like a banner. I could make a banner like this. This would look good as a banner. Of course, I think I would have to use some better thread if I made this a banner. Alright. Coming right along. I think these are going to be really nice and cute once they're done. And unique. Using these papers make it very unique because they have all these beautiful patterns from the aging process. That's what I call it, the aging process. Like wine. I could use a little wine right now, actually. It's the weekend. So I was just gonna, if I was gonna have some wine, I was just gonna have a glass of wine once on the weekend. All right, so now we're back in business again. And then we're just gonna have, oh, see, she forgot. See how I forgot that quick? Y'all didn't remind me. Oh, the tension was wonky on your sewing machine. I'm still trying to figure out my tensions on my sewing machine. But it's been going pretty good so far. I guess it's all about experimentation when it comes to stuff like that. Just gotta experiment to get the right settings. I think that's why probably the sewing machine she used, the simpler the better. Gives you less things to think about. This is a shorter end, so getting finished with each one quicker. I'm gonna have to use this method more often of just kind of feeding them to the machine without cutting them off. I haven't been doing that. Makes the process a little bit faster. Just a little bit. Oh, I hate the knots. When things get knotted, it just seems like it takes so long to get things unknotted. It's like it's holding on for dear life. Holding on for dear life. Man, the weather has been so beautiful. I think I'm gonna have to like schedule me a beach day in. I might have to get up early and do some work and then head out to the beach for a few hours. And then after that, I'm not gonna be good for anything. I already know that. Listen, Miss Walker, I've been to every thrift store within 50 miles of where I live. Well, maybe not 50 miles. I don't think I go that far out, but I've been to a lot of thrift stores. I try to find all I can, even the charity ones, even those. I went to a church thrift store today, and actually their prices are not that bad, but they usually don't have that much stuff. But sometimes they try to charge some higher prices. All right. We got one more line left. But first we got to cut them loose. Y'all. I like this assembly line method we got going on our little note cards. I guess even if you have like a notebook, like those composition notebooks, you could use those also and just cut the paper down. So you don't have to go out and get index cards if you don't have them, because these index cards are pretty thin. They're probably about as thin as some note paper anyway. Yeah, I'm trying to read and cut at the same time. It don't really work out. It was in pain. It was in pain because can't remember what I was looking for, because I'm looking for something specific. And I'm saying, okay, I'm going to go to Michael's and Joann's and look for something. But first, I always go to Tuesday mornings first before I do that. They let me down that day. But it was only a few days and they were done with their little inventory. I don't know about you all's Tuesday morning, but ours, they change the owls like every week. You go in there and you have to go and look for what you want. I don't know what it is. They move stuff around so much. I don't really understand their thinking behind doing that. Like, they still keep all the craft stuff together, but it's like it's in a different location. You know how you can go to the grocery store and you can find what you're looking for because you know exactly which aisle to go to? You can't do that with Tuesday morning. Well, I won't say they change every week, but they change quite often. And that, I don't know if it's just ours and our area or what. It drives me nuts. Because I just don't get it. Just don't get it. Now again, tomorrow I'm going to do a recap. I don't think I'm going to be doing any ephemera on live tomorrow because I'm trying to give myself like a break on the weekend. But I don't know. Probably be back on Sunday, depending on how our day goes. Cause y'all know I enjoy being on with you. It's like the highlight of my day. To come on and be with my online YouTube buddies, my tubers. Because I always get some good ideas from y'all. Ideas are what makes the world go round in the land of ideas here in the Liz Cave. The ideas are rolling in my head and they're just rolling around the room. I'm usually working on something and I run into like a card or something. I'm like, I can do something with that. And then I have to say to myself, stay focused. You're working on something else. Finish that, Liz. Stay focused. We just have a few more of these left and all four corners will have been done. Two more. So now you can see why I wasn't worried too much about the edges. Because I knew that I was going to be sewing them down. And the nice thing about putting on just a little bit of glue too is that it has just a little bit of a bubble in the middle. Move this out the way. Oh, we're done with that. It has just a little bit of a bubble. Oh, I forgot to turn my camera again. Oh, one day I'm going to remember that. And then we're just going to cut these apart. Told you all this was an easy project today, super easy. And we got our 20 for today because I didn't work on anything else earlier today. So this is my 20 for my project 20. I am in sunny Florida, Miss Walker, the land of the sun. That's where I'm at. So that's why I can schedule a beach day and go enjoy the beach. I just like to go and sit out at the beach and just watch just people watch and enjoy the sound of the waves. It sounds cliche, but it's true. Judy, you slow today. That's all I'm saying. You slow. Because I got my 20. Let's count to make sure. It'd be messed up if it wasn't 20. And I think these are the ones I did for today. Look at that little stack. Yippee! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And then of course I had my my little samples that I did before. So you can easily, again, these are just like the other ones. You can put these in pockets. You can, and just like you said, Miss Walker, the nice thing is that they have the lines on the back, so it makes it easy for you to journal on them. So, and I always like to try to, if I can, have like journaling opportunities is what I call them. So I'm just going to go around one of these just to show you how it can look too. You can still go back with your vintage photo and then go through over the edges. So I purposefully didn't go over the edges, and you can see it looks really nice. And probably I'm not going to go and do all of these, but you can do the front and the back of these. And of course that aged paper already has such a wonderful vintage look, and doing the edges kind of finishes it off, and it gives it excuse me, it has like that excuse me, it has like that leather feel and look and sound. Y'all hear that? It has that sound also. Let's see. So that makes it a little bit different. That gives it a more aged look as well. And you can not just put these in your journal. You could put them in an envelope and send them to somebody. And I don't know if these are big enough. I have to check the sizes on the post office site, but you might be able to send these as a postcard, or you can use bigger index cards and use those as postcards also. I think they would make it through the mail okay. What do you all think? I don't know. You could test it and send one to yourself. So those are the 20 for today, and tomorrow I'm going to come back on and just do a recap of everything that we did this week. So I want to thank everybody for coming on with me for this wonderful TGI Friday. I know y'all didn't know I could sing like that, but that's okay. So also, again, if you're interested, I have lots of packs of the age paper over at pleasantcreation.com. That's what I use to do this particular project. Shameless plug, of course. So I'm going to go ahead and shove off, and I hope you all have a wonderful weekend and finish your project 20 for today also, especially you, Judy, especially you. So with that, I'm going to say love, peace, and hair grease from your sweet Lotus Blossom and lovable Lizzie. Have a fantabulous day and enjoy life.